And I think we're live, correct? What's up? We are back. We got the show going away there. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are with Fan Control Fathers. You know Mr. Keith Wainwright, the one, the only, the superstar himself, with a couple of guests here today. Keith, who you got?
Yes, sir. I got the ultimate trainer, the best trainer in the world, man. I got Kerry Thompson to my left, and I got one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in this league, Malcom Ball. Guys, just a quick introduction to the fans. I bring players and personnel down here every week. Really just trying to get to insight level outside of football with the kids and showing what it's like to live in the FCF and play football and working in the FCF while the kids at home. And just a quick introduction, you guys. I'll start with you, Kerry. Just pretty much talk about, who you are, what you do, and give the fans some insight of, who you are.
Hi, guys. I'm Coach Thompson, man. I'm the director of sports performance here with Fan Control Football, and I am married with five like Malcolm Butler's touchdowns kids.
Shout out to my boy Ballard. Yes, sir.
They range from ages 23 to 6. I have 4 boys and a girl, and they are a rambunctious sort, but I love them to death.
Good deal. Y'all already know my situation. I'm not going to repeat 5 times in a row, but Malcolm Brother, what's up? Talk to me.
My name is Malcom Ballard. I'm a personal trainer, and I have 2 kids. One of them is 2, one of them is 1. Daughter and son.
Okay. So last week it was interesting because we had Stiggers here and we had Chauncey, and we got a taste of what their life's like being in this FCF football, and week to week. A couple of guys said they was FaceTiming and da-da. So I guess, Kerry, what's your experience since you've been here, being away from the kids? I saw them a couple of times come to the hotel, but what's your experience personally, working, being a trainer, and getting this right for, game day, being away from the kids?
So since 2018, I've kind of been living away from the family. So it's been, a sticky situation because I'm a real hands-on father. I coach Pee Wee.
Yeah.
I'm helping with homework. I'm the authoritarian in the house. So, when I'm not there, they like to try mom.
They always try mom, right?
Until she puts that hammer down, and then they're like, she's not as free spirited as we thought she was. But being away from them's tough. Like I said, because I'm a hands-on dad, and I love to just joke with them, play with them, laugh with them, wrestle with them. My daughter is the only other person on this world other than my old lady that turns me into complete mush.
Oh Lord!
So
that daughter love.
Yeah, man,
it's real.
It's real, man.
Yeah,
they get you soft. But being away from them's tough. But they know why I'm away. It's to make life a little bit easier for them. And,
most definitely.
I've been extremely grateful to be here. But essentially, I still have 141 other kids here.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I try to give, the same type of love and support that I would give my own kids.
Most definitely.
It kind of fills the void a little bit.
Yeah.
They'll be here this weekend.
Turn up.
Drive me a little crazy.
Yeah.
And spend all my money. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
It'll be a great time.
So it's crazy to talk about Pee Wee football. I think episode 2, I believe, I was talking to a couple of guys, and I was saying that is the hardest because you're relying on coaches and other people to train your son. So that's huge because, like you said, you're more hands-on. You tell them what to do. You know what not to do. So you trust in other people to coach your kids, and that's major. Malcolm, what about you?
Well, being a new dad, this is kind of just a new journey for me. Learning. This is my first time being away from my daughter. I'm away from my son because he's in Texas right now. So I don't get to see him as much as I get to see my daughter who's in California. But I know that I'm doing this for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know that I'm putting myself in a great position to where I could be there for any other occasions after this. You know what I mean? Building my platform and having my daughter is really what drove me to come to the FCF, to be honest with you.
For real?
Yeah, like
wow.
it was real, like, an open opportunity once I found out I was going to be a dad. You know what I mean? Like,
what's the ages again?
2 and 1.
2 and 1.
Two
oh,
and
you
one.
fresh out there. Woo!
Fresh.
So what was your personal experience with your first child? Talk about like how it happened, where were you and all that good stuff.
I just got I just left my JUCO. I lost the opportunity to get a scholarship. So I was gonna move back home with Granny, and just kind of see where life was next for me. You know what I mean? And then adapting as a man, changing myself as a man, was definitely in that process. Building a business, becoming a real personal trainer, and understanding how to be my own boss, and just live.
It makes you mature.
Yeah, most you know what I mean. So I was already in like this changing point, and then finding out that I was having a daughter, it was just like, bam, that much motivation to really do what I need to do.
It's crazy because I talk about it all the time. It's never a perfect moment when you're ready for a child. It just happens. It's like, oh, I got to drop everything I got to do. I got to take care of my responsibilities. So, Kerry, what about you? What's your first experience with your first child, first two, whatever?
Interesting enough, man. We were talking about this yesterday. The day after I turned 16 years old, here comes little Kerry Thompson.
Oh, wow. You beat Stiggers.
Yeah, a lot of people, man. Initially when I found out about the pregnancy, the first conversation was, man, are you gonna have that baby? And it's kind of hey, like I'm a pro-choice person, that person, whatever your life is, that we shouldn't as men be dictating what women do with their bodies.
Correct.
So therefore, hey, I don't judge anyone that does that.
Yeah.
But, we decided that wasn't the route we were going to take. So I fainted.
Oh Lord!
As a 16-year-old son,
16, bro.
Yeah, that's young. You're high school.
That is probably the most intense thing you're gonna see as a man in your life.
I can only experience.
So whenever your old lady starts acting kind of crazy, just think about it. She had to go through that. So you know what? You might just want to give her a pass.
That's crazy.
But it was a definitely life altering thing. Like when my friends were at parties, hanging out, kicking it. You got to take care of the child. I was working at Foot Locker, taking care of my son. So I spent a week with them fresh out of the hospital, and then I've been working pretty much ever since. I worked through college. I've worked, and it's kind of like one of those things, like I tell y'all all the time, like, people come and say, yo, man, you don't know what I've been through. Like, I'm just kind of looking at it like, hey, bro, I was literally studying trigonometry, rocking a kid to sleep at night. So, I mean, if I made it, now, like I told you, I'm working on my PhD right now. If I was able to get that done,
shout out to Coach Kerry.
I think the dopest thing I've done, though, in regards to childbirth, my last son, I got to actually deliver him. So I got to trace his head out.
That's major. And,
like, the only thing I'm thinking is, like, after he comes out, I'm holding him, I'm like, don't drop this slippery because I definitely would never been able to get over that. But he was so slippery. But it's
crazy.
That's crazy. But it's probably the coolest thing I've done, like, medical wise. Other than watching the open heart surgery. It was pretty cool.
We gotta talk about that. That's interesting. It's crazy. I get to enjoy to experience guys coming out here and telling their personal stories about their personal experience with the kids and how they went about. It's interesting because everybody's story is different. It's never been the same story. I've done this for 5 times already. It's never been the same story. So, and I got 2 different questions for you because your children's pretty young. But what would be your greatest accomplishment in your kids that you've witnessed so far, collectively or individually, or?
My 18-year-old son just graduated from high school on Tuesday.
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations.
And,
congratulations.
It's pretty dope experience to be able to watch
graduation. That's crazy.
It's my oldest son, I got to actually be his strength coach in college.
Oh, you did tell me that?
Yeah.
At Mississippi State, right?
He came from Mississippi State and came to Allen University where I was the strength coach.
That's crazy.
So I got to coach him in college. So it's
That's
been,
nice.
That was pretty dope. But each one of my kids have like their own little accomplishments. So my youngest son pulled his tooth out. My daughter was
pull his tooth out.
Yes, he was.
Pull his tooth out. Wait a minute. What did he do? How did he do that?
Turn up was real for him.
Oh yeah. Damn, I need that money for the underneath the pillow. The tooth fairy.
Literally, he had no front teeth.
Oh no, smiling, number gums,
snaggle tooth.
Yeah, my daughter cheerleading. You know, my third son, he is. I hate to say this on air. I hope my kids don't watch. He's probably gonna be the best of all three of my kids playing football. He just has a different focus.
Different focus, yeah.
Two sons. My older two sons, they finally start the switch is going off for him. Like, hey, I can really do this.
Yeah.
But he gets it earlier. And
it's probably because they looking up to the oldest two. They watch and see the do's and the don'ts. So.
But it's crazy that, you know, I know it's Pee Wee football, but to watch him understand, like, it's playoffs, it's win or go home, his level of play like increases threefold. Like, he makes play. It's crazy.
Wow.
Watched it. But
how old is he?
He's 13.
13. Okay.
So he's, you know, I'm gonna start taking him to camps.
Yeah.
So he can start to understand what's coming.
7-on-7s and all that good stuff.
But that's been the greatest thing as far as, like, each one of them have their own moments.
Yeah.
But it's been, being a dad is probably the greatest thing I've ever done.
Man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
It's probably the coolest thing you'll ever see. Watch a kid go from, you know, 7 pounds, you know, to, you know,
to where they are now,
and 6'7". It's pretty
cool. Man, shout out to FCF fathers, man. Let's go. Let's get it. So Malcolm, your kids are pretty young. So what do you see them in 10 years, or what would you like to see them in 10 years?
Happy and living their best life.
Hey, can't beat that.
I don't put a stamp on my daughter. I don't put a stamp on my son. No matter what gift they're given, I just want them to be able to enjoy their life and just be happy with everything that they're doing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
come on, keep going. It's football, track.
Definitely well on your way, because a lot of parents, they try to live their dreams through their kids instead of letting them find their way. So as long as you take that approach, you'll be perfect.
Facts. That's true.
Most
that's
definitely.
True.
What'd you say again?
I said no. I was agreeing with you. It was like I said what like. I was talking to a couple of guys the other week, and I was saying, what sport would you consider? And everyone was like, baseball. I wish I know more than baseball now than I did before, but that money's there. And track and field, like, I wish I knew what I knew now back when I was in high school, because I ran track. I hate running.
Right.
I'm just being honest with you. I hate running. Same. But if I did what I did back then,
it would have been different.
Be a game changer.
No, honestly, for my daughter, I would say gymnastics, soccer, softball. She's a powerful baby. She's been watching me in the gym every day. You know what I mean? So she be like strong, you know, lifting. I got a little 3-pound weight. She be lifting it up and everything like that. So she sees the hard work within me and her mom. You know what I mean? And then my son, that man, a little freak of nature. So
natural.
He's
like his daddy.
He was big. You know, he out the womb. He was big. So I'll say football, but you know, whatever. Yes, whatever. I support whatever, because I did different stuff. You feel me? Like I was in TV video. You know, I was in yearbook. You know, I was in different stuff. So
it's a wide range.
If you want to go be a movie director, we finna be the best movie director.
That's good. That's good. That's big that you say that, because a lot of parents, they put stipulations on the children and focus on one thing, and then they mess around and I don't love football. I don't love whatever the case may be.
And then get lost in it, and just now I'm like, I don't know who I am. I don't want that. Be abroad.
Or have your kids play the sport with no passion, because they're only doing it to keep you from staying on their tail. Yeah. And it's like, man, like it's me and my sons have had this conversation. Same thing you said. Like, my second son loves cooking. Right? And he loves football too, but he loves cooking. Right. I told him, man, like, if you decide one day you don't want to play football anymore, then it doesn't matter really what you do. You just should always try to be the best chef on the planet, the best defensive lineman on the planet. Right. Whatever you want to do, I'm gonna be your biggest cheerleader anyway. Yeah. So as long as you're being a productive member of society and you're trying to be the best you can be, to hell with what you decide you want.
Right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna switch focus for a minute, get the Vans more involved. If you guys didn't know, Coach Carey is one of the best trainers that I've ever experienced. Seriously, Coach, I gotta ask you this: what's the most memorable moment you had in the weight room? Give me at least give me top three. Give me top three. I know you got one top three.
I want to hear this.
For real. Give me top three.
goofy moments or like just overall?
Any.
Whatever, something that you would like talk about forever.
All right, so I come in the weight room one day, and it's the super backs are coming in the weight room, and I'm just like, hey man, like we're gonna work at about 70% today.
Okay.
And then I watched Vergie's put 365 on there, and I'm like, Vergie's. I said 70%. He said, no.
Mind you, this is on bench. No, this is on the bench. This ain't squat.
I said, Vergie's, we got it. I said, that's too much. He said, no, coach, I'm good. Man, he gets in there with 365.
My God. Are you serious?
Just racks it. Me and Malcolm looked at each other. I said, man, that don't make no damn sense. He said, man, coach, that ain't me.
That ain't me. I'm strong, but hey, I'm not.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Vergis. My God,
man, that guy, he's a Terminator, man. He's really like
that boy. Dumb.
Yeah, he's a superhero.
That's probably why you're hard to tackle.
He's actually. Another day was at practice when everybody was just lackadaisical. And
he snapped. He snapped. I remember.
Oh man,
literally lost.
Coach Carey lost it, boy.
And I think I went on a 10-minute tirade during the stretch, and everybody was looking at each other like. And so nobody said anything. There was no more jokes or anything. Yeah. Everybody was just like, all right, man, we got to get together, man. Coach Carey kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then the last time was when I first got here, first day of warm-ups, and guys was just going through the motions, and I blew the whistle. I told you, get there such and such back. This ain't last year, baby. It's a whole different animal
beast. Yeah.
And like after the warm up, guys were like literally huffing and puffing and getting water, and I was like, man, these dudes ain't do a damn thing. And I was mad.
That's crazy.
A lot of them were just like afterwards. They were just like, man, I've never been through a warm up like that before, so I was kind of out of breath. So they've gotten used to it now, but the warm up is it's pretty intense.
It's pretty intense. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna sweat.
So yeah, those are probably my top 3 moments.
That's crazy. We gotta document that. Save that for FCF history. But no, so Malcom Ball, look, I was impressed by last week. Mr. 5 Tutties. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy, 5 Tutties, man. Hey, look, so coming to that game, honestly, like, I know you never, like, expect a game like that, but did you expect to get, like, that much success in that one game? Like, did you come into it and say, I'm scoring 2 touchdowns? Like, what is the mental preparation coming to that game for 5 touchdowns? Like, what was that?
Winning.
So you just want to win? Okay.
Yeah, it was a do whatever it took, and my number was called on Saturday. So and it's like I'm Gump, bro. So it's just like I'm great. I'm the greatest under major pressure, man.
Yo, shout out my boy Gump.
You keep giving me the ball, and it was like honestly, I was ready for Francois. I was ready for like literally that whole team. Like I knew I didn't care who played. I was just like, we got to beat.
I'm getting in the chicken box.
Yeah,
I'm getting in the chicken box.
So my mindset was just like this is an important game. You know what I mean? So whatever it takes, go off.
Gotcha.
And
that's crazy.
One more thing. The week before, I played against y'all.
Yeah.
I was sore. I'm
Shout out to D Block.
You feel me? Y'all had me right. So my goal was not to get hit.
Yeah.
And I did a pretty good job.
Man, the good thing, the crazy thing about offense and defense, to me, the teams that win got the most chemistry and most discipline.
Most definitely.
Everybody's talented in this league, but if you got the most chemistry, most discipline, you study film, you always have success. But
yeah,
it's kind of why the guys that are having the success in the league are having the success in the league. We have a couple of anomalies.
Yeah.
More so than not, the guys that are coming in doing extra work, that are the disciplined guys that are, hey man, like I'm here treating this like a opportunity that it should be treated as. Like they're the guys that experiencing success. Like if you look at Ballard, Kidd, Francois, Keith,
he's in there every day.
They're in there doing
Rusty.
work.
Shout out Rusty.
Shout out to Rusty.
One of the hardest workers I've ever met, man.
I have to put Rusty out of the weight room. So.
That boy, they be like, he be walking around eating. He be at lunch eating his food, leave the cafeteria, and he do a little move. I'm like, what? Bro, we not at practice, bro. Like, just chill sometimes. So. No, so going into this week, man, what you think? Like, what's your insight? You playing KOD again?
Yeah.
So hold on. Last week was Francois and them, right?
Yeah, we played KOD.
Okay, we played
early.
last week.
Yeah, we played them a little bit earlier. But
Gotcha. So this week I played KOD. So what's your insight? What do you think? Of course you want to win, but what do you think you have to do as a running back to be successful for your team?
Everything I can. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to answer that with just one thing. You know what I mean? Because we're asked to do a lot. I need to catch. I need a block.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Is it something that you didn't do last week that you want to do this week? More of?
I'm honestly no. I gave my everything in that game. You know what I mean? Like I was actually kind of tired at the end of that game. You know what I mean? So as long as I could bring that same thing, I'm not worried because I know the team is going to bring that same energy too.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So it's
and KODs they're tough. Man.
Yeah,
like I don't think people really look.
They discipline.
That roster is solid,
Stacked.
man. And then like Yeti doesn't get the credit he deserves.
He don't, man. He don't.
Does not.
That boy Yeti, tough, man.
Like Yeti walks around like an old man, and then you look at his speed on the next day. He ran 19.5 or something. Like
shout out Yeti, bro.
Shout out to my boy
Yeti.
Yeti.
Out to Yeti. And that's receiving course. It's tough all the way around.
I swear it is. I swear.
You know, I don't Herring.
Yeah.
Jay Williams.
Yeah.
Like they got a
T.O. over there.
Like they got a ton of guys that all can put the ball in the box at any moment.
T. West.
And then T. West.
Come on now.
You can't sleep on T.
Come
West,
on now.
Man. He's quiet as kept.
Quiet.
Very big secret here in FCF, man. He just goes out and gets
I call him high knees because he runs high. Yeah. Hey, so fellas, man, I appreciate you guys coming on the show. But one last thing. What is one thing that you would love to say to your kids that they can watch it from 5-10 years from now? They can reflect back on these videos. What's one thing that you could say, whether it's a statement, word, whatever, that you would say that they can look back on this video and
I'll
reflect?
say a word and a statement. The word is unconditional. And I sacrificed my 20s when everyone was out partying and having fun, you know, spending time and
doing whatever,
being a dad. You know, at the time I was a single dad until I met my son. And you know, you very rarely hear that, you know, dads that are just single dads kicking it
for real
with the kids. And to watch my my two oldest kids, the first two, you know, graduate from high school and
that's crazy.
You know, got college scholarships. It's pretty dope. But that's the word, definitely a word. It's unconditional. What I like to tell them in a sentence wise is more so, you can do anything you want to in this life with hard work and determination and consistency. You can be as talented as you want to, but you'll never truly accomplish everything you want to. You'll never feel that emptiness as long as you give it everything you got and work hard. Like the question that Malcolm answered, like I gave it everything I had. So he had no regrets. And that's how you have to live life, is just with no regrets. And then you do that by giving it everything you have.
That's good. What about you, Malcolm?
Your daddy did it. I said it from jump, and I was about it. Be about it. This talking to Shamar 10 years from now. This talking to Micah 10 years from now. Be about what you talk about. And show up for the occasion, no matter what it is. I love y'all.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. Malcolm, it's a great pleasure. Coach Kerry, likewise, man. Hey, tune in next week. I'm not sure we're going to have it next week or not, but Thursdays at 4:40 to 5 o'clock, SCF Fathers. I appreciate you guys tuning in.
Hey,
until next time. Here we go. Alpha Phi.
The greatest fraternity in the world.
Here we go. Thank you guys. Until next time.